They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, cut the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. Look at them, how to make it.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. From the shotgun, Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Big O.J. Howard, his intended target. And it's 3rd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Airing one out for Crowder. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
This is Cohen. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
Here's Prescott. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. On the end around now, this is Nelson. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Next, the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
Here we go. 46.
Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one goes for 24 yards. Prescott looks to throw on first. And this will be incomplete. J.J. Nelson, the intended target. And now it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
From the 21, it's second and 10. On play action, Prescott. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And again, it's Prescott. Open man there is Patterson, complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate. Gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. He's going to get it running right. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Tempo, baby, let's go. Let's go to work. Come on. 95.
Now the first carry for an Ohio native. It's Ezekiel Elliott. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. On 2nd down, Elliott. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Here's Wilson to throw. A dump off to Elliott. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Let's go get it right here. Come on.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A first down carry by Elliott. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means the other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation, allows him to get home.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. From the gun, it's Wilson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
95.
From the gun, Wilson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Dontari Poe in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And out now, here come the Bengals. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Prescott off play action. Lets it go for Nelson. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Taking it about the 36. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd down, Wilson. Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. A 2nd down throw for Prescott. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They go play action here on 1st down. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now they'll run it with Cohen. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. And that's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys. They'll
run with Elliott. He finds an opening past the 40. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. That good for 19 and a 1st down. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. 3rd and long. It's Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to...
Oh, Prescott stripped.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Oh, and now he bowls him over. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Prescott from the gun. And Nelson's got it here right side. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. 76 yards. And the Bengals add on to their lead. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. As an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too? Just getting there and taking off and going. For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the lead grows to 10-0. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this. Now Wilson on 2nd down. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra that extra emphasis on it got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty. After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Same result as last play, 14 yards and another 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper, and we mentioned, what if they play man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what he said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk about covering them with one guy, they think that's a personal affront. If they feel like if they can't just beat one defender, then they're not very good.
10th carry now for Elliott. And an alley to run. And down inside the 15 he goes. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Browns are back within a score. Bailey got the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
He's got his man on the crossing route. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half. On 1st and 10, Prescott. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A big play there as the 1st half is winding down. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Avery Williamson there to make the stop. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They try again with Cohen. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Looking downfield for Godwin. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Prescott on 2nd and 10. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Prescott. And incomplete here on 3rd down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
Let's go get another. Come on. Hey, check 51. Check 51.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Let's go get it right here. Come on.
Looking to throw on second down. Wilson. Oh, he's got some breathing room. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. And a catch right side by Evans. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now Cohen. Open space inside the 10. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. 18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They'll run forward with Tariq Cohen. Spinning pass, and he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Browns getting set to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Or just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Now, how about that call handed to the big guy in that situation? Normally you think of him as a real short yardage runner, but in this case they trust him to get a few more yards than that. I remember an old New York Giants quarterback, a Super Bowl winning quarterback, telling me he loves offense coordinators who call the plays with a little bit of abandon.
He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And on the ground they go with the running back. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Let's go get it right here. Come on.
Now they try the right side here. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up 1st downs.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Elliott. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns get a score closer. Now, he's doing his part, but still facing a sizable deficit.
And he would like to do more, but he needs help from the other 2/3, right? He needs his defense to bow up a little bit, and he also needs special teams to maybe create some big plays and help them get back in it.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Here we go. All right, 8. Here we go, 47. Switch.
Prescott on 1st down. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He got 29 yards that time.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Prescott now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Off the toss, Cohen. And he'll be brought down at what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the 4th. Again, it's Cohen. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Hey, we go. All right, 8. 26.
Off the play fake, Prescott. 20. He's got Evans. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down. They run. This is Cohen. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Prescott to throw it. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Leonard Floyd. in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Now the Bengals on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Here's Prescott. And it's caught. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
The ball down at the 1 as they come up after the penalty on another 2nd and goal. This is Cohen on the toss, and he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there, taking it in, and the Bengals add on to their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
A big run that time by Elliott. Give him 42 yards on the ground. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Hey, got three. Three down. Kill.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. The tackle goes there to Linval Joseph.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's Wilson looking to throw on 2nd down. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. The Browns on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Push him back.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Well, he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Again, it's Elliott. Elliott a first down and more. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that will get them one closer. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Here's Prescott. Flush to his right. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a second down. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. Prescott. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Jordan Berry now. as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded at the 20. Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Now Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. Throw right side caught by O.J. Howard. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
I remember throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. And they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And he's going to go down again. Dontari Poe in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
And twice in a row, the quarterback goes down. This offense needs 2 scores, not giving up 2 sacks.
The Browns send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Only 1 timeout defensively, so this should just be a simple kneel down.
I agree totally. I looked at my time management chart. It says take a knee, victory formation. They just have 1 timeout left, and that should be all she wrote.
By the way, it's a good thing you can read that because nobody else can.
Not with my chicken scratch, not at all.
The D can only stop it 1 more time as they take the knee. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Bengals, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Pittsburgh Steelers come to town. Meanwhile, for the Browns, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Houston Texans. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.